Hey everyone. So this headline has just come into my inbox. So look at this one. Telegraph. Buckingham Palace staff face job cuts amid speculation that the Queen will not return to London after the summer. I really think she's dead. Oh yeah, and I meant to say that that video that I did the other day about the old reptilian family in whenever it was in the 30s, when old Queenie was a young boy, whippersnapper. The full documentary is on Saturday night in the UK. I think it's around 10ish. So I'll be doing a full summary of that as well. So look out for that on Sunday. Here we go. All along I've said that as soon as they said we're not going to see her again in public, I knew something was going on. This was before I even heard about the King. Okay, this was back in March. And then they did that thing in the paper where they were like, oh, you know, we're going to have to get used to not seeing her. And then people were like, what? And then all of a sudden this picture appears in the paper the next day of her on a horse. Didn't even look like her. So, now this. So let's have a look. There's another thing that I was on about earlier in my video, that there's something else happened that's quite intriguing as well. So, but this has just come in. So let's have a look. Is he going to let me look at it without... No, it's not. Sorry about that. I had to log in to read the article. So, right. Buckingham Palace and staff are facing a spectre of job cuts amid speculation that the Queen will not come back to London following her summer holiday in Balmoral. Right, okay, so it's gone from her being leaving in February, because I've come across an article with footage from February before the lockdown that shows that she weren't there then, and there was major renovations. So I know they're saying there's renovations, but these were major renovations. So this was back in Feb before the lockdown. They said that she was staying at Windsor. Then the virus of the Crown hit. Then they said she was staying at Windsor because of that. Then we're seeing, you know, that one of the crests missing, and then the windows boarded up. And then we were told she was at Windsor Castle because of the coronavirus just happened. They were doing renovations at the same time, and made out they were doing the renovations because she wasn't there when they started them before. And now this. And there's another thing as well that I'll be talking about in another video. So remember, they do not leak this sort of stuff randomly. You know, these so-called leaks to the press are orchestrated, planned leaks. So don't think that there's been a fantastic piece of journalism done by the Telegraph, because it hasn't. This is all orchestrated. The Crown do not allow anything to get out unless they want it to. Okay, so they see an internal memo that lays bare the full implications of the coronavirus crisis for palace staff, as well as seeking voluntary redundancies from the Royal Collection Trust, which has lost 64 million in income as a result of the coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. Pay's been frozen while a consultation into the pension scheme is launched. They'll most likely just make them all, put them straight onto a pension when they're probably only in the bloody 20s. Derives its income from visitors to the palace, had expected, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It may not be fully operational until 2021. Now, we know she's going to pop her clogs. Well, she probably has, but they will officially do it. Even when the lockdown measures relaxed, social distancing and changing attitudes to travel will mean that visitor numbers are likely to be reduced for several years. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, as she would say. According to one palace source, employees fear that this is the opening salvo to further cuts. The word is Buckingham Palace is not being opened up anytime soon, which has huge implications for the staff, said the insider. Oh, so the Queen's on holiday. She's not shielding anymore. She's on holiday now. So the Queen is planning to spend the summer in Balmoral as usual, but after that is thought she'll probably return to Windsor Castle. What that means for staff in London is anyone's guess. A lot of people fear they'll lose their jobs. This is absolutely ludicrous. She had already moved out because of the renovations, okay, before the corona. Oh my God, that's that. What is that? And what about the thing on the right? Has anyone seen the film Reanimated? There's not a lot that shuts me up. But that's evil, and that shouldn't be alive. It's like the adrenochrome has sunk into these eyes. It's like he's had that much pumped into him via probably a relief valve somewhere, because he's not bloody human. It's like sagged here. It's like he's been pumped full of it and it's got nowhere to go. That thing doesn't look like it should be animated naturally. Queen is looking a bit plump these days, isn't she? She looks very pale. So the Queen 94 and Philip 99 apparently have been in self-destruct mode, but yeah, self-isolation at Windsor Castle since mid-March, and are being tended to by a bubble of 22 staff. Wouldn't it be funny if it was 33? The memo spells out the wider implications for the royal household, pointing out that the contribution that the RCT, which is this fund, pension fund, makes to overall finances will be considerably reduced. Come on, like these, right? We never heard any of this during bird flu, swine flu, the great crash of 2008, and all of a sudden, Queenie goes AWOL. That there, right? I don't think that is even Queenie. I think that's one of her stand-ins. And that there, it's like, right, that reminds me of Is Dead. And they've shoved a stick up his back and taped it to him, put a jacket over him and stood the dead body up to make him look like, and stuck something in his mouth to try and make him look alive. That's not right. I can't look at him. It's gross. No, the Crown isn't a state, isn't immune to the impact. Are you shitting me? The Queen is the biggest landowner in the entire world. She is a multi-billion, trillion, whatever heir. She isn't struggling. You couldn't make this up. They're going to lose 15% profits. I'm sure they can cope with that. Where are we? Sorry about that. I'm just trying to move this up. Cannot reduce in absolute terms. The royal household will need to make savings. Oh yes, well maybe don't get your renovations done. Some of these will result in reduced activity this year. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, the long and the short of it is that Queenie will not be returning to Buckingham Palace this year. Where are her royal guards? Because even when she's not there, they are usually there. When the Queen is in residence, they fly the Union flag when she's in residence. I've been there and she wasn't in residence, and those guards were still there with the big hats and the red suits. They're not there anymore. They have Gurkhas. And I'll do another video on what's guarding the palace today, right now, and it's not the Gurkhas anymore, and it's not the usual guards. So watch this space for another video. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of latest news, and you guys take care. See you later. Bye bye. Thanks for watching my videos.